Hello, everybody. All right. I'm going to try and stream live here from Instagram. There we go. Hey, all right. Looks like it's working on Instagram as well. That is the first time I am doing that. This is some pretty amazing software here. All right, very cool. Let's go StreamYard. StreamYard is allowing us to stream to multiple platforms all at once. That's pretty cool. All right, so what we're going to do today is Kazi, good morning. Love what you did, man. Kazi, love what you did with the trade plan, man. Never thought to do that. I mean, that was really super smart. Why not, right? That's like you took what Online Trading Academy taught you. You took what TrendCloud taught you, or I taught you, right? And you put that into you made it your own, and look what came from it. You know, a really dynamic way of lining everything up, man. I really enjoyed reading that, man. Very, very cool, and makes total sense. And um, and that's a real objective way of looking at everything. So very cool, man. Um, if you feel like sharing that in the private group, go ahead. If not, that's totally cool. You know, if you want to work on it some more or whatever. But uh, very, very, very interesting, man. Very cool stuff. So I thought today what we would do is go over some rules and start taking these challenges without giving these prop trading firms $500 per challenge. Let's take what we learned and go over here to our paper trading account, and let's all take a snapshot of our account balance on the date. I'm not sure if I should redo everything here because I built up a nice little history over the past 2 weeks. And what we'll do is we will have our own prop trading firm challenge. We'll recalculate this. Um, let's see, I believe that's in settings. Yeah, reset account and set that sucker to 20,000. And then we will give ourselves 2 weeks. And if you want to join in on that, just take a screenshot of your $20,000 account. And then 2 weeks later, and we'll keep touching base. 2 weeks later, we'll come back. We're looking for 8%. That's 4 trades basically, right? We're looking for 8% in 2 weeks. 8% in 2 weeks on our TradingView account. So I think that would be really interesting to start and challenge ourselves and as a group to pass these prop trading firm challenges. And was looking over Top Step. Thanks for sending me that. That was really interesting. And FTMO, I was looking at FTMO as well. And I tell you, you know, that some of these guys, it looks pretty. Some of them are unlimited. You have like an unlimited amount of time to get to, 8 or 9% or whatever they want. Putting all the variables together and making it. Yes, yeah, yeah. You were having trouble putting all the variables together, right? Across multiple time frames, right? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yep, yeah, absolutely. And it really would be nice to it would be nice to um, automate that somehow. That's why, when right now, I've got, like, you could see these 3 tabs at the top here. So I've just got everything in these 5-minute I've got everything in these 5-minute, squares, and I can look and just see, start with this and say, "Oh, okay, we've got the indexes on here. Market sentiment is to the downside as of right now." Let me go over to my other chart here, start looking for those 5-minute signals, right? So it looks like, we've got, the S&P, Dow Jones, all the indexes are up here, right? Extended trend on the Russell, unfortunately, because that's just producing a signal, but it's extended. Um, Crude oil breaking to the upside after this 7 wave. It gives you a bird's eye view of everything. 8:30, we got a signal here on natural gas, and then you can go back here, right, and start looking. Yep, there's natural gas right there. So wheat, I think, is pulling back as well. Where is wheat? I think that's here. Australian dollar. Yep, here's wheat consolidating and pushing down here. Signal, but kind of hovering around. So it just kind of gives you a good view of what is going on. Oh, wheat's up, but that is what's going on with wheat. Okay. So yeah, so if you figure 8%, you have to complete 8% in 2 weeks. So that's a $200 risk. That's in 4 trades, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. So you gotta complete that. That's at least a 1-to-1 in 4 trades, okay? If you make 2 trades at a 2-to-1, you've basically made it, right? So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can accomplish that, in the next 2 weeks, and then we will post everything. We will post everything on the in the private chat, private Facebook group. So I think that would be really cool. That would be really cool to do. So let's go over and see what's going on here. Let's just run down the indexes here and go over to the micro S&P. Micro S&P, we've got an uptrend, but we've got momentum going down. So this is basically going sideways. We've got a sideways movement here on the 1-hour chart. Momentum is to the downside. So we do have we do have a corrective move right here. So the 4-hour chart is in a correction, cycling down. Momentum is down. Momentum is down here. So naturally, on that 5-minute chart, you're going to start seeing those signals. And we are we are just starting to transition to the downside. So it's a bit messy. It looks a bit messy there. Let's go over to the Dow, and on the Dow, we've got an actual downtrend and a downtrend. This is a better trade, right? Because we've actually have red candles here, a crossover. We are in a downtrend, so this is the better move, and we are pulling back up into this area here. Let's take a look then. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart and see if we can find anything. All right, that's pretty much consolidation there, isn't it? That's pretty much consolidation. And right there is the entry to this signal right here on the 15-minute chart. We have a 15-minute trend cloud signal to the downside, and we are cycling down on that 15-minute chart. Can we catch something on the 5-minute? Well, that would be right here. That would be right there. Okay, and I think we could possibly get in on this. So here, our stop loss would be here, right? At the top of the swing if it does consolidate. So we could get in on structure right here. Let's try that. Right here. A retest of that opening of that move. Okay. There's $100 right there. Wow. You could really have like 9 contracts here. So let's try to take a few moves and be strategic about that. Um, let's do 6 contracts because we want to try and get into some other trades here. There we go. Okay, so we got into the Dow. Got into the Dow on this consolidation. It's pulling back on that 5-minute, and we are returning to inside this area. These are the trend cloud signals that took place. Didn't break structure, but momentum is still in our favor. Momentum, transitioning down, momentum is down, pulling back into this area here. All right. Possibly pulling back into this zone. 15-minute. Okay, there's your 15-minute. Pulls back into this cloud and then makes a move down. This area that we just well, actually, this is the area on the 15-minute chart that it just got into. This is 5-minute. Oh, no, yeah, this is the 15-minute candle right here. We retested the zone, and our stop loss is right here, right? Actually, right there. Right, we're above all of this consolidation. Let's see if we can get that move. Frank Savino in the house. Okay. So that's a pullback. That is a retest of the trend cloud signals that we got. Momentum's in our favor. We've got the crossover. We've got a red candle here. All right, let's see if we get the break of structure. Micro NASDAQ. Micro NASDAQ. Uptrend, uptrend. Okay. 15-minute pseudo downtrend. We don't have it yet on the NASDAQ, do we? Not on the NASDAQ. And then finally on the Russell, Russell, downtrend, downtrend. Okay, nice strong move down. This candle, right, got us in. We're making this pullback. Maybe we are retesting this area up here, but we do have a nice strong move on the Russell. Got a nice move going on with the Russell here. Where should we get in? Let's take a look. This is the 15-minute chart. We're pulling back into the trend cloud. Maybe it wants this rally base, right? We do have this right here. Okay, we've got that rally base drop that we're looking at there. Drop to the 5 minute. Ah, okay. So the 5 minute extended, that's what I was looking at. 5 minute is extended, wants to pull back deeper somewhere in here, and that makes sense. So on the Russell, it could hit here or it could hit here. All right. On that 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart, that is the first zone right here. Right, right in here. Let's take a look at that a little closer on the 15-minute chart here. It's definitely wanting to pull into there. Definitely wanting to pull into that supply zone. The question is it gonna be this one or this one, right? We don't know. We don't know. We are getting some, right? It is early here, right? It is early. So we could actually wait for this to hit and then produce another trend cloud signal. The thing is, we've we are already above the 50 simple, and we're recalculating. We are recalculating here. This is exactly what we want this thing to do on the 5 minute. We didn't want to take this signal, right? We didn't want to take this trend cloud signal because the trend was extended, right, guys? The trend was extended. So we start looking for supply zones because we still have trend and momentum on our side. We still have trend and momentum on our side. So even though the trend is extended on that 5 minute, we can use that as a reference point for our supply zone area. Okay, and that would be this right here. That would be this area right here. So, okay. So we can take a chance on that. We don't know if it's going to be this one or if it's going to be this one up here, right? Let's start risking. Let's do $100 risks so that we limit we limit our daily drawdown, right? On Top Step Trader prop trading firm, on the FTMO prop trading firm, any of their challenges, they tell you you cannot risk more or you cannot lose more than $500 in a day. You cannot lose more than $500 in a day, and you cannot lose more than $1,000 overall, okay, whatever the time limit is. If it's 2 weeks, like we're gonna do 2 weeks, you can't lose 1,000 in 2 weeks, and you can't lose $500 in 1 day, okay? So, we're well within our we're well within our, rules, okay? Well within the rules. Now, I'm going to email everybody the rules today, and, and then we can follow. If you wanna be part of the, prop trading firm challenge, just take a picture, okay? Just take a picture of your $20,000 account, okay? And that's what we are going to use as the entry ticket. So instead of paying $500 per, for an entry fee, this is your entry fee, okay? Go to um, your paper trading account right here, click onto the account settings, okay? And just reset account. Just hit reset account, $20,000, save it, and then post it in the private Facebook group. And then we will know who's a part of the challenge. So starting today, and we will go for 2 weeks. We'll set a 2-week limit. So starting today, after 2 weeks, we will get the results back, and we'll see who had the most. We shall see who had the most. Okay, there you go there. Okay, we're above all this mess here, pulled back into this little zone on the 5-minute. Right, we didn't break any structure here. We just pulled back into these 5-minute signals and gave ourselves a little bit better of a risk. Let's see if we can get that move down. Okay, starting to cycle down on the 15. That looks great. We're above all this junk on the 15-minute, all of this sideways movement. So let's see if we can get a move down to here. So we got 6 contracts. So I'm going to use the body of the candles here, okay, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen in each trade. So you see, I'm going to take the body of this candle right here, and we're going to take some profit at the body of that candle. And we're shorting here. So we're going to buy, and let's say we buy 3. We take off half the position right there. Okay. Now, Gary, if you're in here, that's what I meant when we were going over this the other day. And for anybody else, you have to be in the trade first. Okay. You have to be in the trade first. Then you can place, then you can start scaling out. See, I can place this target because I'm already in the trade. If I wasn't in the trade, I wouldn't be able to place this. You can only place, you can only place this thing here. You can only place that. But if you want to scale out of this, this is the entire enchilada right here. This is how you scale out of the position. Okay. So, so we are in this trade. We're going to let that work out. That's one of our scanner. That's one of our contracts in our scanner there. Okay, so we're scaling out of the digital, and now let's go over. Let's go back over to the Russell. We're getting another signal on the Russell here. Let's take a look at the big picture. This is the 15-minute chart. How about the 5-minute? 5-minute, definitely, right? 5-minute has recalculated, pulled up above. We didn't want to take these signals on the Russell because we were looking at um, an extended trend. What's going on, Gary? All right. So again, can't take these signals because they're extended. We had to wait for the pullback, right? Pull back into this area here where NASDAQ. What happened here? I thought we set that trade up. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I know we set that trade up. So here, it's already recalculated. It didn't go far enough up uh, into our supply zone. So we already recalculated, candles turned red again, and it only came back up very slightly to this. So that's a good sign. So if we do start getting trend cloud signals again here, we can take them. Okay, so we can start taking trend cloud signals if we see them reappear now. So we might not pull back far enough to get into this supply zone. We'll have to watch that. So let's put a alert right below this candle here. Alert. And we're going to say crossing down. Russell. TrendCloud signal. Right. TrendCloud signal. Perhaps it pulls back into here, gives us what we want, and then starts going in our direction. Okay. All right. What else do we have on here? Crude oil. Crude oil. See, this one worked, right? This one worked. This one worked. But right here, we start to go extended. Now it ended up going extended, right? Now, what about this extension? What about this signal? Now you're really extended into that eighth wave, and what does it do? Reverse. Okay, reverse. Where's it going to reverse to? Well, we just hit an extreme here, and you know how crude oil loves to go from extreme to extreme, right? We are basically right in here. If this has enough momentum to continue the downward movement, where's this correction going to end, right? It's probably going to end somewhere in the trend cloud. And look at what we have across multiple time frames here, right? Look what we've got. Let's use this. We've got bottom of the 1-hour trend cloud, and just a little further up, we've got the 50 simple on the 4-hour chart. Right? We don't quite have the crossover yet, but the pullback taking place is taking place with a lot of momentum to the downside. All right. So if we do get into this, we're kind of slamming into a whole bunch of demand, aren't we? Here, here, all of this is demand. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. We're looking at a whole bunch of demand, so we might get into this trade like up here, get into the trade here, short, and go right into all of this. You would have to really watch that. You have to really watch what the heck was going on here. So that's unfortunate. It's not super clean, is it? You know, it's not as clean as we would like it. A lot of indecision still. What about opening range? What does the opening range look like on this? Opening range, make sure you do 5-minute. Okay. So the opening range, we got a ton of on the 5-minute. Micro 5-minute, not the same, Gary? You don't have, take a snapshot of it. Take a snapshot. I think you can post a snapshot in the chat here. That would be interesting to see if that actually works. Um, okay, let's see here. So we're breaking out of the opening range. Breaking out of the opening range here, and we're looking at this is the 5-minute chart on crude oil, okay? 5-minute trend cloud. Make sure you don't have any other indicators on, Gary. Make sure you don't have any other indicators on. And we're looking at, oh, nice. Okay, Kazi, awesome. Okay, great. Yeah, Kazi came up with a really cool, spreadsheet for scoring TrendCloud. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I can't believe that. I He took what he learned over at Online Trading Academy and applied that to TrendCloud. So he just posted that, and thanks so much, Kazi. That's really excellent work. Excellent work. It's in the private Facebook group, guys. Um, so TrendCloud scoring system. Yep. Man, that's just unbelievable. That's just unbelievable. Great job. Um, so yeah, definitely check that out. And Gary, as far as the candles being red, make sure that you don't have any other indicators, okay, that are functioning at the same time as your trend cloud, because it would sometimes it disrupts it. You know, if you're using a bunch of indicators that may have similar properties to them. Okay, so we're definitely in an extended trend here on that 5-minute chart, and we are breaking out of the opening range. So we're breaking to the upside on the opening range here, but we've got a downtrend on the 1 hour, a downward momentum on the 1 hour. We've got downward momentum on the 4 hour. So what is going on here? Why is this thing breaking to the upside? Well, it might be reacting off of this here. It might be reacting uh, off of this demand here. And we're still not quite in a downtrend on the 4 hour, are we? Not quite in a 4 hour demand zone yet. So, um, so what is this doing? Not sure. Not sure, right? But we do know that we're against short term, right? We're looking at short term rapid growth here, right? So we're looking at you know, at this being some sort of bull trap. Where's that bull trap going to be? Oh, it's going to be up here, right? Right? All through here. So getting in here, getting out here, that doesn't give us a lot of asymmetrical leverage, does it? That doesn't really give us a lot. So maybe we can find something else that's better. We might be able to find something else that's better. Again, we seem to be bouncing between that $70 mark and the $75 mark, right? From 75 all the way down to 70, and it just seems to be going, from one extreme to the other. Gary, I checked the use I checked the current time frame resolution, and now it's the same. When do you check and uncheck? Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a great okay, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing on your chart that you had that. Okay, so here's when you use that feature, Gary. Um, let's say in this situation right here, okay, here you've got the 1 hour You've got the 1 hour trend cloud, right? Oh, sorry, what happened here? We got into, okay, where we go here? We got into the Dow Jones here. We're gonna take a chance on that Dow Jones here, and we're also in our Russell trade here, okay? So we're getting kind of a deep pullback here. So let's explain on crude oil. So let's say you're in this 1 hour trend to the downside, right? 1 hour downtrend. Where is this corrective move going to end? It's going to end somewhere in here, right? It's going to end somewhere in here. Okay. So we've got our high time frame, the 1 hour trend cloud boxed out. We want to look at that on the lower time frame, right? So here it is. So what you can do, okay, is you can go out to the 15-minute chart here. Let's say you want to put the 1 hour trend cloud on the 15-minute chart. You go here and you say, uncheck that box and uncheck this box and make sure you're on the 1 hour. So now you've got the 1 hour trend cloud. See that? You've got the 1 hour trend cloud on the 15-minute chart, and you can look at those um, moving averages on one time frame instead of looking at it like this. You can look at the 1 hour trend cloud on this. It's just a way to follow the price action using that higher time frame element. When do you use it? When do you not use it? You use that when simply for visuals, right? So you're going to use that when you want to look at one time frame and follow that chart. So for instance, we're pulling back into the trend cloud on the 1 hour time frame, okay? And you want to see how it reacts. Okay, so so now you can say, all right, if it goes past the trend cloud, we've got the 1 hour 50 simple here. And if you look left, we've got this up here on the 15-minute chart. So it could be heading for that supply zone. It's just for visual reference for support and resistance. Yeah. So whenever you want to see a higher time frame support, or in this case, resistance level, whenever you want to see a higher time frame support and resistance level on the lower time frame, you can put it on there and see if it matches up with any supply or demand zone. That makes sense? So it's like those support and resistance levels can guide your eye, just like I did there. It's like, here's the 1 hour 50 simple. I wonder if there's a supply zone nearby. Ah, yes, there is right here. Rally base drop on the 15-minute chart. So we've got the 1 hour trend cloud on the 15-minute chart, and it pulls up some very interesting information. 50 simple is in a line with a rally base drop on that 15-minute chart. 1 hour trend cloud, right? This is the 1 hour trend cloud, the 1 hour 50 simple. Does the 1 hour trend cloud line up with anything? Well, let's do like this. Good. Look across here, and you do. You've got this right here, right? Right. You've got drop base drop here, broke structure. Just drag it across. So it's heading for that. This could be a turnaround point. Previous day's low is inside here. Previous day's close, all inside here, all inside there. So it's pulling back into these levels with a hell of a lot of downward momentum, right? Downward momentum in a downtrend, and trying to become a downtrend on that 4-hour chart. So it is strictly for visual and a reference point, strictly for reference point. Because the higher time frame is always more. The higher time frame is always better, right? So you get the higher time frame moving averages always work better on the 1 hour chart than they do on the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute, 1 hour, the 15-minute moving averages work better on the 15-minute chart than the 5-minute chart. It's just mass psychology. If you wanted to, you could put, the 4-hour trend cloud on the 1-hour chart and see if anything matches up there with those moving averages. Okay, so let's see. We've got 2 shorts. Let's see what's going on. Where did this sucker on the 15-minute pull back to? Pulled back to that trend cloud. Downward momentum in a downtrend. Lots of wicks here, right? We gave it enough room to do something, and we're going to see if this works out. 5-minute chart is what we took that on, and let's go out. Doot, doot. Okay, so we're pulling back into these um, signals here, these trend cloud signals. Pulled back into this supply zone here, right? We pulled back into that supply zone. Downward momentum, downtrend, right? If it pulls back deeper, maybe it wants this up here. We don't know. We don't know. We can only take small bets on the very first one that we see. All right. Let's start looking for some more. Let's go over to natural gas because it looks like, wow, super extended trend on that 4-hour chart. Let's clear everything. Extended trend on that 4-hour chart on natural gas. Holy cow. And now we're going to be pulling back, okay, which we are. So we're following all this down. We're following this move down below here, right below the 50 simple. So now we've got a crossover on the 1-hour chart, right? So we've got our it's almost a full downtrend, right? Candles are red. However, we still have that green 50 simple, don't we? So we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. And on the 5-minute chart, we've been getting all of our trend cloud signals, haven't we? Let's get rid of the range for now. Lots of extreme. Break structure below, pulls all the way back up. Break structure below, deep pullback. Okay, so we can only assume that it's going to do that again, right? It's only going to do that again. So it's pulling back and it hit this 50 simple, okay, on the 5-minute chart. 15-minute, pulled back into the 15-minute trend cloud right there. That's what it's wanting. All these signals have worked, right? From here's your 7 a.m., right? 7:15. You got in right here. Your stop loss is there. This is still working out. What else do we got on here? Gold. Let's go over to the micro gold. Okay. So we've got this again pseudo uptrend, right, on the 4-hour chart. Green candles. We've got the crossover, but that 50 simple is still red. So this is a setup for a rubber band trade, right? This thing is going to want to pull back to the 50 before it bounces out. We're getting trend cloud signals on the 1 hour. We've got momentum on the 1 hour to the upside, but we're missing it on the 4 hour. So we got a bunch of mixed signals here, a bunch of mixed signals. Trend on the 15-minute chart um, is, I mean, what is it? We're just starting the downtrend again, right? So we've got all red candles, red trend cloud, red 50, okay? And that thing is just going sideways. It looks ugly. It just looks ugly. Silver, silver. Let's see. Came into supply on a downtrend, pulled back deep into that supply zone. Momentum is down, cycling down, and we're just starting to get the momentum shift on that 1 hour chart. Looks like we got a whole bunch of signals that worked here on silver. Right at 6:15 in the morning, we started getting those signals. We didn't quite have the momentum yet on the middle time frame, and the trend is still up, right? So mixed signals, but we just came out of that supply zone. So you'll never know, right? You'll never know. The perfect trades, the perfect storm is when you can look at everything and say, "Oh, that lines up, that lines up, that lines up. Yep, take the trade." That's how we want to train our brains to look at this stuff. Just continue to filter, just continue to filter out all those mixed signal trades. Let's see, what else? Copper is not on here. Copper's not on here. Corn. Let's go over to corn. All of that is closed. The agricultures are closed today. All right, everything else is open. The Swiss, I think I saw signals on the Swiss on that 5 minute this morning. Yep, right here. Yeah, the Swiss was working out really nice this morning. There you go. Whole bunch of signals. You see how this is more in alignment? This is the trade that I should have jumped on. Um, Downtrend on the 4 hour chart, cycling down. Momentum is down. Downtrend on the 1 hour chart. Momentum is down, right? Start taking those 5 minute signals. High time frame 4 hour, middle time frame 1 hour, they're all in alignment. Downtrend, downtrend. Momentum, momentum. All going down in the same direction. Take those 5 minute signals. Okay. When you do that, these trades tend to work out a lot more on your trend cloud than um, than if they don't, right? If you don't have everything in alignment, those trades tend not to work out, right? But if everything's in alignment on each time frame, you've got yourself a very high probability of success. So Swiss franc here, that is working out since 7 a.m., right? Here's 8 a.m., 7:15, 6:45. Okay, all this, right? And your entry would have been right here. Stop loss. Should have jumped on that. There's your move. There's your nice move, right? From there to there. And where are we at now? Well, we're at that 1 hour market edge, right? Where are we on the 4 hour? 4 hour chart. all through there, right? Here's the low point of that extreme low right there. And I drew it that way because that's where we get some touches, right? Even back here. Support, extreme support, 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 and here. Do we break through all of this? We might. We might break through all of that. We've got enough momentum on our side. We never know. We never know. We just got to take those signals until they fail. You basically take the signals until they fail. Um, the green line on the five. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so this line here, this is your swing low and your swing high. And let's take a look. 7. Okay, I think you might have 5 up here, Gary, or something like that. Let's see. That might not change it very much. 7 is, oh, that's the cross, the width of the cross. No, that's not it. 1 hour, 15:34, 2. Those are the parameters. 15:34 and 2. 50, simple moving average. I think all of that is standard on yours. And the red lines, 5, 3, and 2. Strength, swing high, swing low, strength. I have 5. I have the value of 5 on there. Oh, you know what, Gary? That might have gotten changed when I updated the TrendCloud, so that you can color. You can use text color now. Let's see, where is it? I think it's here. Yeah, right here. The text color. So you can make these you can make this, you can change the color on the text now. I think when he updated, or when he added that feature, this might have defaulted back to something else. I've got it on 5 here, a value of 5 for your swing high strength and swing low strength. Yeah, I can see what's going on there. All right. What else do we got here? The Swiss, the euro. Let's see if we're making any. What we got here? Micro S&P. All right, we're pulling back deep on those indexes. It's in a fight right now. Any other signals? We've got signals forming on natural gas. Let's see. Platinum. Let's check out platinum here. We've got signals. The British pound. Yeah, the currencies really moved. Currencies really moved today. British pound. Platinum. Let's take a look at platinum here. Let's take a look at platinum. Oh, platinum's not even on our chart. Let's see. Wonder why. Let's take a look. We don't have momentum yet. Okay. 15-minute. 15-minute is down. 1 hour is down. 4 hours down. Oh, no, we do have, we do have it. We do have it. It's just pulled back. It's picking up on the, that was it. Good, good, Gary. This is picking up on the cycle. See, so on the 4-hour chart, we're in a downtrend on the 4-hour chart. However, um, we're starting to cycle up, right? Which means we're starting to correct, right? This is the correction of the downtrend. Where's that gonna correct to? Well, it might correct up into here, right? Into the trend cloud and then another push down. So where is that corrective move? Perhaps it's at the extreme up here. That's why platinum is not pulling up right now. Platinum's not pulling up right now because of that. What else? Japanese yen extended on the 15-minute chart. Boy, it's painful when those trend cloud signals work on an extended trend and you miss out on it, but, I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about that. It's extended on the 15-minute and the 5-minute chart. That's just too risky. Look what we're trying to do here. Look what we're trying to do here. Bring up the cycle indicator. Okay, so we have a downward trend on the 1-hour chart, and look what we're trying to do, right? It's trying to cycle back up. That's the correction. Correction, right, into the trend cloud for the move down. That is the general movement that takes place on your trend cloud every single time. So if you can get used to understanding how price moves with trend cloud, you can start to, I don't like to use the word predict, but you can start to make those assumptions as to where those corrective moves are going to end. Let's draw that out real quick. This is how price moves all the time using trend cloud, right? You've got this big impulse down, corrective move into the trend cloud, impulse down, correction into the trend cloud, impulse down, right? And we have not crossed here yet. We're right here. That's how price moves. So knowing that, what can we do looking at this high time frame here? We're on the 4-hour chart. When we see a crossover take place, so right from here, we know from these red candles, this is an impulse. And when we start to see our cycle indicator here start to hook back up, and we start seeing price start to do this, what should we be telling ourselves? Where is this going to end? Well, it's going to end somewhere up here in the trend cloud. Okay, so box that out. Go to the bottom of your trend cloud to the top of your trend cloud, okay? And just drag that over to the candles, and there you go. You can see drop, base, drop right there. Let's move this out of the way. Drop, base, drop. Okay. So we had impulse down. Now we're correcting back up. Here's a really good area where this thing could possibly turn back around. And once your cycle indicator starts turning red again, okay, you can start saying, all right, we're starting to impulse back down. So impulse, correction into the trend cloud, look left, drop, base, drop. There's a formation there. trend cloud signal to the downside, trend cloud signal to the downside. And what happens? See this cycling down? That means we're in an impulse phase. Ride that momentum all the way down, okay? And there you go. Impulsing down, we are below where it's trying to decide, and then right here is where we start to make that correction back up into the trend cloud, and it gives us a little bit more of an impulse and then goes up. All right, so that's how you determine that's how you determine where price is gonna turn around from. You wanna be in a downtrend, and you wanna understand on each time frame, impulse, correction into the trend cloud. Impulse down, you start correcting up. Where is that correction going to end? It's gonna end somewhere inside the trend cloud, right? In this case, goes all the way to the 50 and then starts to impulse back down. So the idea is, if you're looking at a downtrend and you start to see price pulling back or correcting into the trend cloud, try to look for areas that have supply zones, right? Try to look for those areas in here that have supply zones. Drop, base drop, right there. Pulls up. Trend cloud gives you a guide. So you know if you're in an uptrend or a downtrend, and you know where this thing is going to pull back into. It's gonna pull back into the trend cloud somewhere. So you have to look left and take a look to see, do you have any structure there for this to pull back to? It is a perfect complement, to your trading strategy, because if you don't have that on your chart and you're just looking at this, you gotta draw a whole bunch of lines. You're gonna have to draw a whole bunch of lines on there, okay? So, again, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. This is gonna follow your cycle indicator. The impulse and the correction is represented by your cycle indicator, okay? Impulse, red, correction. Impulse, correction, impulse, okay? So from here to here is represented on your cycle indicator from here, right, to here. Whoops. Right, from here to there. Impulse down. When you have a visual representation of everything, you can plan your strategy around that. All right? So with your trend cloud, impulse down, where's it gonna pull back to? It's gonna pull back into the trend cloud. Look left. What do we have? Uh-huh. I see. Right? Entry, stop loss. Comes up, hits that area, which is also your trend cloud, impulse down. Okay, where's the next move? It's starting to correct. It's starting to form a correction in this downtrend right there. All right, we made some money. We made some money. Where did we go? Or did we get stopped out there? Where are we? Did we get stopped out? Oh, we got stopped. Okay. So we got stopped out on that. We got stopped out. We got stopped out. Russell pulled back pretty deep. We're starting to pull back really deep here. Pullback taking place on the Russell. Price is starting to reverse pretty deep, okay? So you can see here on the Russell, and on and right here. So take a look at what happened here. So if during a challenge, you're taking some risks and you max out on each trade, okay, you could go over and lose the challenge. So if you take 2 losses, especially this is the what we did here was we took 2 trades on 2 different indexes, right? Which is basically the Russell, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P, they all travel in the same direction, don't they? They all travel in the same direction. So you don't really want to take a trade. So if you're in a challenge and you want to take a trade like we did here to the downside on the Russell, then only take it on the Russell. Don't take it on the Russell and the S&P and the Nasdaq because if one fails, most likely both of them will fail. Okay, so that's a really good lesson to take a look at and to see like, hey, that makes sense, right? I mean, all 4 of those indexes travel the same in the same direction. So, um, it would make more sense to take, an opposite, right? Well, if we're going short on the Russell, and we see some kind of, reversal trade, that possibly could take place, then you could do that. Yeah, right, exactly. Split the trade between the 2. Split the trade between the 2. So during the challenge, you wanna make sure that if if you see something like that lining up, then, either split the risk so that you don't go over $500, okay? Because you can't lose more than $500 in the day, and you can't lose $1,000 throughout the entire challenge, okay? In this case, it's gonna be 2 weeks. So if you're going short on one of the indexes, then just leave it at that one and go look for another, something else to trade, because most likely, if one stops out, they will both stop out, okay? So that's a really good example, of strategy, right? That is a strategy in itself, to be aware of, right? We wanna win these challenges, guys, and whatever stupid rules that they throw at us, we're going to be able to handle because we've got a visual representation of everything on the chart, and we're gonna practice managing that risk because that's everything. Wanna win the challenges? It's all about managing the risk. What these prop trading firms try to trick you on is not only do they give you a whole bunch of ridiculous rules that you have to follow, right? Um, they're going to try to pull you away from your trade plan. How do they pull you away from your trade plan? By making you nervous about the rules. "Oh, yeah, you only have 2 more days. You better do something. Better make a move." I've seen it all the time. I heard this guy I was over at, Online Trading Academy and doing a live session in-house, and this guy behind me was like, "Oh, man, they make you take trades really fast. They make you take all these trade," and I was like, "Well, that's a trick." Like, they're trying to rattle you because they're making money on your challenge fee. Natural gas hit 2 to 1. Yeah, it sure did. Yeah. So, so So that is what they're gonna try and do. So it doesn't matter. Their rules don't matter. Your trade plan is what matters, right? Your trade plan is what matters. So if you see the perfect storm, it doesn't matter what their rules are. It doesn't matter what anybody's rules are. What matters is your trade plan. That's what matters. Wow, no way. So the scoring system, it was at 8 out of 10 on the scoring system, and it hit that 2 to 1. That is an objective trade plan right there. Yeah, that is super cool, Kazi. That is awesome. Um, so just by scoring that out, so just Kazi scored, natural gas as a 8 out of 10, and, on his scoring system that he, is now scoring TrendCloud with, and it ended up hitting, 2 to 1. So that is what matters, right? You see an 8 out of 10, or Kazi's in the challenge, he sees 8 out of 10, and, can you check 6M? Yeah, I sure can. Uh, hmm. Oh, the peso. Peso. So he scored it. So what matters is what matters is your trade plan, not the prop trading firm trying to rattle you like, "Hey, you better hurry up and take the trade. You only have 1 day left for the challenge," you know? They're trying to rattle you to make you make a mistake. One mistake, and then you're out. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You if you're gonna if you lose the challenge because you followed your trade plan and that's why you lost the challenge, hey, no problem, no problem. But if you lose the challenge because of their rules, then you're at fault. Then you're at fault. You gotta lose you lose the challenge because you followed your trade plan. Hey, it didn't work out this time. Okay, no problem. You still know that you're running, um, a trade plan with an edge. But if you let them interfere in your trade plan with their rules, whatever the rules are, doesn't matter. Whatever their rules are, if you let them interfere and lose, then that's on you. Does that make sense, right, guys? Okay. Um, Lori, let's check it out. Let's check it out, Lori. Mexican peso, 4-hour chart. Trend is up. Okay, so we've got the trend is up, but we're cycling down, right? Which means we're still correcting. Momentum is down. So we've got this downward trend. I mean, we've got an upward trend with downward momentum, right? So those are kind of two opposing forces crashing into each other. We got an uptrend on the 1-hour chart with downward momentum. So both trends, high time frame and middle time frame, are up, but the momentum on the high time frame and middle time frame are down. So two trends are going up and two momentums are going down. That's that's mixed signal, right? That's mixed signal. And then if you go over to your 15-minute chart, right? Let's go over to the 15-minute. We've got the start of a downtrend. So the 15-minute trend is with momentum, but we need to have everything in alignment. We need the trend on the high time frame and the middle time frame to be in alignment with momentum, right? That's what it's all about, right? We want trend and momentum to be in the same direction on all 3 time frames here. Now, this trend cloud signal is working out, right? If we drop to the 5, here's, we start looking at stuff around like 7 a.m. Um, so 7 a.m., we start looking around here. We're starting to get some signals to the downside here. And on the 5-minute chart, these 2 signals worked, didn't they? So the 5-minute signals were in alignment with the middle and high time frame momentum. We were just missing the trend element of this trade, right? Because that's part of our trade plan. So, hey, it stinks, right? It's like, wow, well, we're getting signals. We're getting signals to the downside on both the 5 and the 15-minute chart here, right? We're getting signals to the downside, and it's lined up with momentum on the middle chart and the high time frame. So, so the question is, do we get into this trade and ride the corrective move? So this trade right here, this is a really great example. This trade right here, these signals are riding the corrective move into the trend cloud. It's riding the corrective move into the trend cloud. Okay, so we're looking at the higher time frame chart and the middle time frame chart. Momentum is down in an uptrend. So that means we're watching the cycle indicator. So the cycle indicator is telling us, okay, you're following this corrective move into the trend cloud. That's where these signals are forming. They're forming on this downward correction in an uptrend. So when do we get out of this trade? Well, if you get into this trade, you would start getting out when you see that cycle indicator starting to turn green. And right here is where it started turning green, right at the moment of the signal to the downside. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Okay. Um, so yeah, so we wouldn't have taken this. We wouldn't have taken this signal. And where could we expect the peso to start turning around? Well, we're breaking through levels here. Let's look left. Okay, so we're actually in this right here. We're in this demand zone, drop base rally, right? It's retesting this area. We're inside of the trend cloud on that high time frame. So we're actually getting ready. We're actually getting ready to do this, right? To make that move up. That is what it's looking like. That is what it's looking like to me. All right, guys. So a good lesson today. My voice is starting to get sore, so we usually like to go from 9 to 10. Um, if if you guys want to take the challenge, okay. So starting today, what you're going to do is you're going to go over here, go to your paper trading account settings, okay, and reset. All right, we're going to reset everything and reset it to $20,000. Take a snapshot of that, post it into the private Facebook group, and we will start the challenge today. And we will end. We'll recap on Friday. We'll see where everybody is at, and then we'll do that for another week. Can't lose more than $500 in a day. Can't lose more than $1,000 overall, and you need 8%. We need an 8% target on that $20,000 account. All right. So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to email everybody that so that you have it. If you guys want, let me go over here and let me post in the chat here. I should have had all of that up already. But you can catch everything on YouTube as well. Oh, you guys are probably watching from YouTube. Yeah, you're on YouTube now anyway. If you go into into the bio on YouTube, you can see in the YouTube bio the link for TrendCloud if you want to get a hold of TrendCloud, or you want to join the mailing list. Jump on there, sign up, and you will receive all the emails for the newsletter and the prop trading firm challenge to get you ready for any challenge that comes your way on these firms. Top Step Trader, FTMO. Okay, so we're going to be practicing getting you guys ready inside. Okay, and you can see we are doing very well. Okay, more green than red. All right, today we took an example of what not to do, right? To show that you really should not be taking two trades on an index in the same direction, and you want to make sure everything is in alignment. We're looking for the perfect storm on every trade. All right. So that's it, guys. I will see you. I'm already in list. Oh, no, yep. Yo, I know, Gary. Yep. You got it. You will have the email in about a half hour. I'm going to send that out to everybody with all of the rules, and then we will see. So just take a snapshot of that $20,000 account. In fact, we'll do it like this. Go here, reset, right here, 20,000, hit reset. Should look like this. Take a snapshot, okay? Do something like that. And then take that and post it into the private Facebook group. And then we'll know that you're on board for the challenge. And in 2 weeks, we shall see who wins the first TrendCloud Trading Challenge. And we'll think of a prize. It'll be a lot of fun. But the prize really is to be profitable, right? The prize is to be profitable. Now, if you use the TrendCloud trade plan, just use that. If you're going to use another trade plan, that's fine. Like if you came up with something on your own, that's fine. But just use that. This way you have a baseline. Kazi with the money back. Yes. So if you if you have a trade plan, just use that trade plan. This way you have a baseline, you have the data, and you can say, hey, I made 8% in 2 weeks using this trade plan. Okay, and you have the data documented. Then what you can do is continue and practice and refine, and we're going to all do that together so that we can all move forward together. My job is to get you consistently profitable. Your job is to use your trade plan. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to get to work on that, send out that email, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. And we will we'll take some trades, and we'll try to get to that 8% in 2 weeks using one trade plan. Thanks, guys. I will see you in the next video.